We've had our first victim. Camera came off tripod, fell in water.
That wasn't that much, second hand about 300 quid. So that
Hello, so today I have organised another meetup. This time we're in Rivington area, and we've just walked through the woodland and we've come to 2 waterfalls. There's another one that we've walked past, but we're going to do that on the way back to the cars. Brilliant turnout, about 11 or 12 of us, quite a few people from the meetup that we did on the west coast back in January, but a few new people as well, which is really cool. Everyone's having a good chat, everyone's getting along, and everyone's just got their cameras out to see what they can take pictures of today. These 2 waterfalls are beautiful. I have been here before when I shot these 3 waterfalls on the same morning, and I'll put that video up here. But today there's a lot more water. It's been raining all week. Today's meant to be really good weather-wise. Actually forecast a little bit of sun later on. So the idea for today, the plan, is to do these 3 waterfalls this morning, have a bit of dinner, and then go to Leadclough Mine this afternoon, which I've been to loads of times before. Waterfalls and woodland are plenty. So yeah, let's see what everyone can get. I'm actually going to take some pictures today. At the meetup back in January, I didn't take any pictures, I just documented the day. It was the first meetup that I'd organised, and I just wanted to document the day and see it through from start to finish. And it went really well, but today these waterfalls are calling out to have pictures taken of them. The amount of water we've had is just adding, making it really picturesque. These long exposures that people are probably going to be taking, and also detailed shots as well. Not just of the main falls either, there's been so much water that this landscape has completely changed the last time I was here. There's mini falls all the way down this river, which is lovely. But again, water bottles, burnt out tents. It's not great that people can ruin the atmosphere and ruin the environment and these picturesque places like this. But I'm not going to dwell too much on it. I've dwelled on it before and it's annoying. But we'll move them out of the way. We might take some plastic bottles with us and put them in bins and recycle them. But let's just see what pictures are around. I'm going to concentrate on this side first, I think, because everyone's shooting this one. But yeah, it should be a really good day. So as you can see, I've actually got my camera out this time, and I'm shooting this waterfall over here. Got the 10 stop out. Alan, Stephen also shooting this one. Everyone else is concentrating on that one over there, which actually I do prefer. It's a bit different. This is your stereotypical waterfall. Got a 10 stop on, and I'm looking for about 1.5 minutes. I've just set off a test shot of 1 minute, and it looked really nice, quite ethereal, quite mystical, some nice tones in the photograph, but it's just coming up 1.5 minutes. I'll switch that off. I think I can get away with a little bit longer. Set another one off and look for about 2 minutes. But this waterfall is so photogenic. It's just crying out for pictures to be taken of it. And as I've said a few times, there's a lot of water coming over it today, which is perfect for photographers. So yeah, it's just nice to be out, because I've said it before, that, and some people have said it this morning actually, that it can be quite solitary, going out, walking through woods, taking pictures by yourself. And it was when I came here last time. I did feel a bit, even though it was really nice being at one with nature, being with like-minded people today, it adds something to the experience, which is really good. So hopefully we'll be doing another one of these, possibly in autumn, summer and autumn. So yeah, keep an eye on my Facebook page. I'll put a link in the description below for that. It'd be great to meet some more people. Me and Alan are just having a discussion about what to get in the foreground, which is quite nice. Like-minded photographers, plenty over there as well. I've just moved, we're all doing the moving around a bit, trying to find optimum positions for taking pictures of this fall. As much space as there is, there's a lot of fallen logs and stuff, as well as all the junk that's been left before, which I said I wasn't going to mention again. But there's lots of little falls, and it's quite nice to get a little fall in the foreground and then in the background have the massive fall. Not massive, but a larger fall. I'd like to get a bit more into the stream, into the river as well, and use that as a line up to the fall. But there's a bit of wall, you can see there's a bit of wall. And if you're over here, that bit of wall just takes away a little bit from the waterfall, but it might not, it might look quite nice. So I'm going to give that one a go next. I'm just setting off another long exposure, probably about 2.5 this time. There's a nice bit of foam in the foreground, which is creating a nice effect, and then there's the big, larger falls in the background. But I'm getting a bit obsessed with 5 before cropping as well, so this one might be 5 before, I'm not sure. I quite like the shot I've just set off, the 2.5 minute one, but I'm not sure where I focused. It might look quite good when I get back on the computer, but I'm a bit concerned about it in the back of the camera. But we'll see. I really want to get in that water now, and not in the water, but get my feet wet and see what I can get from down there, and then I'm going to head around the corner to where everyone is. People having a brew as well. Sounds good to me. Right, one more shot of this one, from here anyway. I might try from a bit further back. And then we might have a brew. I think everyone's saying they're going to try one more. I think everyone's realised there's a tea break happening. Okay, I'm just setting off one final shot of this one. As much as I was saying that wall doesn't work with it, I found a shot which actually looks quite nice. I've got these mini falls in the foreground which will lead you up to that. I quite like the way it works with well, at the moment I do. I quite like the way that the water just is slightly hidden behind that wall. So I'm looking at a 2.5 minute, probably 2.5 minute, because that seems to be working quite well. And then I'm going to head around that corner, shoot the other one, which is my favourite one of the 3. Then I'm also going to look at these mini falls on the way down as well, because I think there's some really nice shots to be had of them. A little bit intimate, slowing that photography down and looking that little bit closer as well. Alright, so whilst everyone else is taking pictures of that beautiful waterfall over there, I have found this rock. I've got my camera quite low down to it and I'm perched quite painfully, a lot less painfully than I was a minute ago. I think the shape of the rock leads you into the shot. I took one at portrait before, but it didn't work very well, so I've gone landscape with it. Zoomed quite far in. I'm at full zoom on my 18-55. I'm hoping it's quite a nice intimate shot. The portrait shot I did was 2.5 minutes, which I think was far too long. There's a lot more light in this area, it's a bit darker over there. So I'm hoping that maybe 90 seconds works well. It should create a nice smooth water effect and let you focus on that rock. It's not at all what I thought it would be, actually. Sometimes you see a shot which you think will look quite good, but I don't think that looks quite good at all. Possibly from the other side. I think there's something with this rock, definitely. So let's see what we can get with it. Right, I'm still working on this rock, and I think I found a nicer shot. I'm thinking a 16:9 crop, and I've just got the full rock in the middle of the screen so I can crop it in really nicely. I'm looking at a minute at the moment. Yeah, and that's a nice shot. I'm happy with the composition, so I'm just going to set off. I think the minute was a test. I'm going to set off. I think it can probably do minute 20, minute 30. And it's sort of, the rock is like engulfed by the water, but there's nice little strands of water coming off, which is creating a really nice, creating a nice pattern within the flow of the water. Okay, I'm really happy with that shot actually. It looks exactly how I wanted it to look. I'm not sure whether I keep it colour. I think it could be black and white, but I'd definitely be cropping it to a 16:9, I think. So yeah, hopefully it'll be good, and I'll pop it up now. We've had our first victim. Camera came off tripod, fell in water. Oh dear.
That wasn't that much, second hand about 300 quid. So that
Okay, after that accident that one of us had back there, I thought twice about coming into the water. I set off a shot here, sorted it out so this rock here should lead you, should act like a little, it creates a bit of a gully for the water, so that should lead you into the shot and take you up to the main fall up there. I think I just knocked my camera again, never mind, I can always set up another one. This is a bit of a test just to see what the focus is like, what the shot looks like with the 10 stop on. I'm looking at about a minute and a half again, but I think I might be a bit too flat on, a bit too square on to the falls. So it's coming up to a minute and a half now. We'll have a quick look. Oh, that looks better than I thought actually. Yeah, I quite like that. I've just tweaked it slightly to make it a little bit better, to try and get as much of this foreground in as possible, and I can take out any of the sky in post-production as well when I decide on what crop to do. But yeah, really happy with this shot. I don't think it matters that I'm square on with it because it's so dominant, and all these rocks in the foreground create the interest and the angles to juxtapose against that quite flat waterfall, but it's not that flat because it's got so much action going on in it. So if this shot's any good, I'll pop it up now. So we've got down to the final fall of the morning, and it's probably my second favourite of these three that we've done this morning. It's a bit sketchy to come down to, so some people, oh, they might be coming down. Some people weren't going to come down because it's a bit slippy, a bit muddy, slidey, boggy, everything you can imagine, but it's totally worth it when you get down here. It's quite a short drop and then it all cascades away to one side. Hopefully I can improve the photo that I've taken here before. And yeah, let's see what we can get before dinner. It's a bit tight round here, struggling for space a little bit because there's so many of us trying to take pictures of this waterfall. And we're also fighting against the sun because the sun's decided to come out, which is lovely. However, my 2.5 minute 10 stop exposure from up at the top, which we took this morning, is now about a 10-second exposure because the sun is that bright. But I'm just firing a few of these off, round about 10-11 seconds, and they're looking good. The only thing I'm struggling with is my shadow being in the foreground, possibly shadow of the camera as well. I like the way it's coming in from the right, and then the river is bending up and away onto the left hand side. There's loads of leaves around. I've got a few in the foreground, and there's like a gully between two rocks as the river disappears. and there's more leaves through there. It's like another area. So with the 10 stop, it's creating quite a magical, mystical feel. Right, I've set up another exposure, slightly different. I've gone portrait, and I'm sort of trying to incorporate a bit more of this channel gully thing around this corner. I've sort of cropped in, zoomed in on this bit here, and it should look quite nice. It's a bit of a challenge trying to tame the sun. It's in and out all the time. So I was looking at about a minute before on this long exposure, but the sun's just come out, so I'm going to cut it short at 30 and start again. That did look quite nice, but I'm going to start again. So we'll see how the next one comes out and try and work with this sun and make it work for the shot rather than battling against it. I'm going to take this shot and then I'm going to look for a more detailed shot within the falls, possibly get my longer lens out. Okay, so instead of getting my long lens out, I've actually just spotted this composition with a load of water flowing through the shot. I've zoomed right in to 55mm on my kit lens, and I think it's going to be a square crop, possibly black and white. Just the texture and the flow of the water coming through this shot from top right to bottom left looks lovely. I'm hoping for about a minute and 20. Yeah, that's lovely. I really like the textures and the tones. I'll be square cropping it, but I'm not sure whether it'll be black and white. I think it'll look better in black and white. So yeah, I'll bob that one up now, and then we're off for some dinner.